Hey everyone, this is Aegis, and this is the fourth game between UMBC and UC Riverside, and here is Gian, the Teal Protoss, spawning on Lost Temple against his opponent Nerzel, playing as the blue Terran player, spawning over here for UMBC. If Nerzel can win this game, UMBC will take the series 3-1. However, if Gian is able to win this game, UC Riverside will stay in it and be able to take it to the ace match. We'll see if who's able to take this game. Nerzel looking to take revenge for last game. We're on the APM tab. It does look like Gian is feeling the pressure, bumping his APM a little bit higher. Nerzel a little bit more relaxed. We saw Gian giving a shout out to a couple of other casters who were casting this during the Collegiate Masters Star League, which I will be posting some games to in this higher quality here real soon. And Shadow pointing out to the spectators that I was also casting it. Check out my channel at Aegis StarCraft 2 on YouTube. And again, this was a Collegiate Star League game, so check out the Collegiate Star League at cstarleague.com, as well as their Facebook page. Just search Collegiate Star League. Both players getting their first buildings inside their base. Always great to see that there's no cheese on the way. Gonna see a nice long game, hopefully. Nerzel grabbing his gas, gonna be going for probably, I don't know, something. We'll see how quickly he grabs the second gas. That'll be indicative of what exactly he is going. Gian scouting over here, not quite seeing his opponent, Nerzel, so he's gonna back out and scout somewhere else. Recently there was a patch released to this map, making this a flat area and adding some rocks over here. Not quite a big fan of that, especially if you spawn in close positions now. Nerzel getting his orbital command up, and it does look like Gian will finally scout him over here. Nerzel also scouting in the wrong direction, gonna be scouting him real soon. Next stop, says the SCV. Gian is getting his gas up, as well as the cybernetics core on the way. First Marine out now, gonna be able to deny the probe from scouting into the base. Gonna grab the tech lab on the first barracks, and more SCVs coming out. Always good, rallying his SCVs back from building buildings. SCV gonna scout up here. See the cybernetics core. Not much to see over here. Gian now chrono boosting the stalker as well as the warp gate research, and that probe gonna steal a mouthful of gold minerals. Interesting play there. Gonna make up for the lost time mining by grabbing some gold minerals. The SCV is getting chased around here. Does try to see what's up and see what tech pattern Gian does decide to go for, but that stalker will be able to deny the scouting, taking that SCV out. Its smoldering remains in the mineral line. Barracks now coming up for Nerzel, and is now also finishing up the concussive shells upgrade for his marauders. Additional marauders spawning right now. Gian is now grabbing his expansion nexus. Nerzel, if he scouts this early, he could try to do some massive early damage, or he could expand himself and try to win in the macro game. Gian grabbing his second gateway now. Gonna want to get that gateway production up as soon as that nexus is about halfway, I think. Yeah, he needs to throw down additional gateways to be able to hold against that. It does look like Nerzel is grabbing his own expansion rather early as well. Now getting a reactor on his second barracks. More marauders coming out. No stim upgrade just yet, but should be getting that. So yeah, there we go. Stim pack being researched. It does look like the stalkers are fanning out. Gonna check for any proxies. This one Reaper here is getting smashed in the face by that stalker. Gonna run up here. Gonna escape that one stalker. Gonna run over here and see what it can find out. However, is getting a shot in the face by that one stalker. Not surviving as long as I had hoped. That's why I was following it. So stalker is quite happy to be able to get rid of the nuisances to the probes. There he is, that one stalker with the one kill. Gonna be proudly moving over to his allies. This one stalker feeling left out, not getting to kill anything as of yet. More sentries coming out for Gian. Does look like Ner'zhul's command center is now complete. Will be flying out to the natural expansion immediately. Not waiting to transform that into an orbital command at all. Transferring some SCVs immediately as well. More Zealots spawning here. GN getting additional probes. More robotics facility coming up. Interesting, not mass but gateway play. Instead just gonna go straight for that tech. Gonna get a observer out just in case of any banshees. He does know that well, he doesn't know that there's no gas there as of this point, but if he had stolen it, it would have been more indicative. But that probe did just now see a bunch of Marines and Marauders, so it does know exactly what's going on. That one SCV being grouped with the army, and not too happy about that probably. Jian looks like he's gonna advance forward with 3 Stalkers, 3 of each unit, a 1-1-1 composition of units, of gateway units, as well as the 1 observer. 1-to-1 ratio. Actually, never mind. It screwed that up. There are 4 Zealots. Whoops. It does look like the observer sees the army moving out, is gonna back out of there as soon as possible. Gonna reinforce that with 1 Stalker. Ner'zhul is now moving to Jian's base. It does look like this army is gonna park over here. Maybe we'll go for some sort of sandwich motion as Ner'zhul makes this area here. It does look like the army is now moving back. It sees Ner'zhul's army. That 1 Zealot over here gonna be able to throw down a bunch of force fields. Gonna trap a couple of Marauders on this side, as well as pick off the reinforcing units. Ner'zhul's units stimming up. Gonna take out a Zealot there. Jian gonna back his army up over here. Another sim going down. Gonna chase after this army. The sentry is getting taken out. No more force fields being used. Does look like Jian is gonna lose the vast majority of this army. Gonna put him a little bit behind in terms of units lost. Ner'zhul is might be trying to push it. Nope, not gonna keep pushing. He's gonna take that and be fine with it. Gonna throw down a engineering bay. Gonna go for the long term of the game. Gonna pull his forces back into the center of the map. Observer poking around to see what it can do, and finally getting some tech up. The factory on the way. Immortals spawning, as well as the weapons +1 upgrade. Where is that? There we go. Colossus will soon be on the way as well, no doubt. There's the first Colossus coming out. Probably going to try to get that thermal lance upgrade as well. More units spawning for Ner'zhul. Gonna stick with the Marine Marauder composition. That 1 observer still checking out what's going on. And it does look like Ner'zhul is going to be going for those medevacs. Definitely want those for his Marines and Marauders. The starport going to definitely swap over to this factory and get those medevacs out. And it does also leave the capacity to get those Vikings in case of mass Colossus play, which we might be seeing real soon. The first Colossus is about to spawn. And GN is chrono boosting out the extended thermal lance upgrade. This is going to be quite good against this Marine Marauder ball. Even with the Immortal in the mix, and warping in additional Zealots and Sentries into his mix, Ner'zhul is going to continue to do exactly what he's been doing. Marine Marauder going to get the Infantry +1 upgrade and swapping the starport over and getting those 2 medevacs. And the tech labs continue to come up on the barracks over here as well. Proxy pylon warping in for GN over here. Gonna be able to warp in units to do flanking action or for harassment later on. Another probe over here poking around. Gonna make sure that nothing is going on over there. GN moving his army into the center. Probably gonna go for the rocks now. Yeah, gonna take that out a little bit earlier so that he can expand it very easily. He's gathering up the money as well, so he may be going for that real soon. Chrono Boost going on the forge on nothing. But that's okay. The 2 medevacs now spawning and coming to the front. Gonna heal up the Marines and Marauders. Additional starports coming up for Ner'zhul, an idle SCV for him as well. He might want to think about expanding soon as well, because he is running out in the main. Yeah, there we go. There's the expansion command center going down. It does look like GN